James and Jude don't call Jesus God.
You want to bet they do? Go to James 1:1.
James, a bondservant of God, Theos, and of the Lord, Jesus. Oh, man.
Where's Jesus?
He's in heaven.
So how could he call Jesus Rabb, Lord, and say, I'm his slave too?
Right. That's like calling him Yahweh.
Now let's go to Jude, though.
Jude, a bondservant of Jesus Christ and brother of James. Ungodly persons who turn the grace of our God into licentiousness and deny our only master and Lord, Jesus Christ.
How can he be a Muslim when he says Jesus is your only Lord and Master in heaven? But verse 5 is going to be a little harder for you.
I would desire to remind you, though you know all things once for all, that the Lord, after saving a people out of the land of Egypt, subsequently destroyed those who did not believe.
You know how to read in context, and you know how to identify the nearest antecedent of the word Lord. In the context, who's the Lord that he just mentioned?
So the Lord Jesus Christ.
Because he said he's the only Lord. So if he's the only Lord, then who's the Lord that he's mentioning in verse 5?
So he's saying like the fire in the cloud was Jesus, basically.
Oh, yeah, and he agrees with Paul. And let me give you further proof of that. Did you know that the oldest Greek copies of Jude have the word Jesus instead of Lord in verse 5? That's why if you have a footnote in your NSB, it should tell you that, or Jesus, because the earliest copies of Jude read Jesus.
Yeah, I see that. It says 2 early manuscripts read Jesus. That's what it says.
Okay. Yep. And then not only that, did you know the oldest copy of Jude, P72, it actually reads God Christ, Theos Christos, the God Christ delivered them and punished them. So all the copies and the variant readings that arose because scribes make mistakes, and that's the same with the Quran, show you that the context is calling Jesus that Lord, that God who was there during time of Moses.